What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Legend of the Five Rings, the card game Gen Con 2017 tournament video for you. This is the second match from the top four. If you haven't seen any of the previous matches, go check out the playlist on the channel, Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. And in this one we have Brad versus Matthew. Brad is playing the Dragon Clan, and Matthew is playing the Crane Clan.
Look at this awesome stuff, yeah!
And I believe Brad, the Dragon player on the left, is splashing Lion, and the Crane deck on the right is splashing Dragon. I'm pretty sure. Or no, he's splashing Scorpion, sorry. The Crane player on the right splashing Scorpion. I believe I got that right. So they're both playing Keeper of Fire. And the Dragon player is playing his cards in the Destiny phase right now. He's just put a Courtier in play. He also has a Miramoto Aratsugu, who is a 3-cost, 3/2, 1 glory, a Bushi and a duelist. Action: while this character is participating in a conflict, choose a participating character controlled by your opponent. Challenge that character to a military duel. If the loser of the duel has no fate on it, discard it. Otherwise, remove 1 fate from it.
Everybody else is good.
So, great way to discard a defending character, I guess, or attacking character on the opposing side while you're in the middle of a conflict. And on the other side, looks like we have a Brash Samurai in play. He is a 2/1, 2 glory, Bushi. Action: while this character is your only participating character in a conflict, honor this character. And he's also got a Mia Mystic out there with it. And now a Courtier on the other side of the board, and a Guardsman. So we've seen the Dragon player there pass after only getting 2 characters into play, and he got the extra fate for it. He is the first player, obviously. And the Crane player decides to put out 4 characters. So it looks like they both went with 5 cards there. So no honor will switch sides since they tied on the draw dials there. So both players' hands are loaded. No face-up cards right now on the Crane side. But 2, we got a Mia Mystic and what's the other one there on the Dragon? It looks like a Knighton Adept.
Okay, me neither. So now go to conflict phase. Any pre-conflict?
No.
So it looks like to start here, the Dragon player is going to go aggressive.
Void, Millet, Harry.
Military Void, it looks like.
Actually, before that, I will go ahead. Pre-conflict phase, going to draw phase. Skip that phase. In the pre-conflict phase, do you have any actions?
So very strangely here, Matthews decided he does have a pre-conflict action.
No, there's a draw.
Even though he's asked his opponent if he had any pre-conflict actions, they both passed. He's now asking if he can actually go back and do one.
Then I said,
I meant to play something, but you want to... I meant to play something at the start of the conflict.
Brad's letting him do it, though. Brad is letting him go. He doesn't want to hear it. So Cloud the Mind, looks like it was forgotten there. I'm pretty sure Matthew asked about pre-conflict, and they both passed. And then he decided to go back and acted like it didn't happen, but, you know. Top 4 here, pressure's on. Player who wins goes on to the finals. Player who loses goes home and cries. Both are Hatamotos, though, making the top 4. If they weren't already a Hatamoto from the tournament the first day at Gen Con, the 700-player plus tournament, they've automatically gained Hatamoto here in the top 4, I believe. I'm pretty sure on that. So it looks like Rally the Cause was the province there, and after that province is revealed, they switched the conflict type. So it got switched to political. And because it was a political, the stronghold on the Crane side was knelt during the political conflict. You can bow the stronghold to choose a participating character with a political skill of 2 or lower and bow that character, which is what just happened there. And it looks like it was successfully defended, so the Void Ring was captured there by the defending player. So now we're in a military water. And it looks like the Restoration of Balance, the Dragon province, which has 3 strength, has a reaction. After this province is revealed, your opponent must choose and discard cards from his or her hand until that player has 4 or fewer cards in hand. That reminds me of Rule by Decree in the first edition of Game of Thrones, the card game. But yeah, the player has to decide which 4 cards he's keeping and discard the rest. Now, if he has some keeper initiates in there, I would assume you'd want to chuck those in the discard pile to get that loaded. So after you win the conflict of your role type, you can throw those into play with fate on them. Oh, I guess you wouldn't have those in your conflict hand. Rob, you're a dummy. Never mind. Those would be on provinces that you'd be discarding those. So I take that back what I just said about keeper initiates. That doesn't make any sense. So like a smart opponent here. Brad is looking through his opponent's discard pile that he just threw out of his hand there, all the conflict discard, to know what has been put in there. And it especially matters here in this single core set deck building rules tournament here. Because some of those cards, especially the in-faction ones, a lot of them are one-ofs, except for some of the neutrals. And I mean, even if the neutral's in there, you may now know what other neutrals you could see if there's multiple copies, and which in-faction cards or influence cards are now out of possibility of being played, especially since they're all one-ofs. So it looks like Miyamoto's Fury, Masamoto's Fury, however you say it, was just used to bow the character there on the attack.
Rough, dude. Swinging Rex.
Great card, love it. Swinging battles all day. So it sounds like Matthews messed some things up, he thinks here. Maybe in trouble.
Political at rally.
So the water's going political this time. And he's attacking Rally at the Cause again for the second time, same province. The ring obviously went back there, and nobody got it. Now it's going to be tried again here.
You have first action.
For first action,
So we got a fan bounced in there on the Courtier. And assassinate on the Courtier, so he's going to lose 3 honor. And I think he's down to 7 or 8 honor there now. Hard to tell with those tokens that are stacked there that Matthew on the right there, the Crane player, is using for honor. But we'll try to track it. So the ring just goes back again. Nothing happens there. So looks like a political fire with the Courtier of 2. And Meditations on the Tau has 4 strength reaction during a conflict of this province. Choose an attacking character or move 1 fate.
You had none.
Yeah, they're just clarifying how much fate was left after the phase there. So looks like that ring was stolen there, and the Dishonored thrown on Miyamoto there. And he has 1 glory, so he is now a 2-1. And something you'll notice here, the Imperial Favor is on the Crane side of the board there. He meant to put it on political, which I believe he said. But you will see him use it as political and then realize later that he accidentally had it on military the whole time. So let's see if he follows that here. So first player is the Crane player, Matthew. So Doji Challenger, 3 costs, 3/3 on the skills, 2 on the Glory, Bushi, and a Duelist. Has an action while this character is attacking. Choose a character controlled by your opponent. Move that character to this conflict. So way to pull a character in on your first conflict. Maybe you don't care, you pull them in, and then that makes it more open for you going in on your next conflict, or even pulling in a character you're worried about coming back and attacking you on a future conflict. you can pull them in, make them a defender, basically. And then when they go home bowed, you don't have to worry about them again, right? So very powerful ability. That is why he put 2 Fate on that character. And on the other side, we now see a Kitsuku Investigator in there. He has a 3 cost, 1/3, 2 glory. While this character is participating in a political conflict, spend 1 Fate to an unclaimed ring. Look at your opponent's hand, choose one of those cards, and discard it max 1 per conflict. And he got 2 Fate on him too. Then we see a Mystic in play. And on the other side, he has a Doji Whisperer. It was just a little 0/3 character, one glory. Only 1 cost. That's quite value there, actually. And having that 0 skill on military means it can still go in a military conflict, and you can use attachments and whatnot on it. But it's not like having that dash where you can't go in the conflict at all. So that Whisper is pretty flexible. So he just tried to play I Can Swim there, but can only do it during a conflict, so it gets smacked away, back to his hand. And that is action during conflict. If the bid on your honor dial is higher than your opponent's, choose a participating dishonored character controlled by that opponent and discard that character. So he's trying to get rid of that discarded or dishonored character across the board there. And he's told, nope, you have to wait till a conflict for that, man. So now his opponent knows that's in hand. We now know he's splashing Scorpion for sure.
Okay, pre-conflict phase, I'll go ahead and let's see, Kitsugi Instigator, while this character is participating in a political conflict, spend 1 Fate to an unclaimed ring, look at your opponent's.
So keep that in mind, Matthew just read the Investigator. He now knows what he does. He just read him out loud. Because when that guy goes in those political conflicts, man, you got to watch out. He's going through your hand. That's what's going to happen. He just has to be participating. And that probably will never make Matthew pull him in using the Challenger. I don't see that happening on a political. But if he can pull him in on a military, you don't have to worry about that. So that's maybe what he should do here, is attack military first, then pull that Investigator in. But he's actually going to start with a political, throwing the Challenger and the Whisperer into the conflict. And there's 6. And see, he just said Imperial Favor +1 on the political. So he definitely has it on the wrong side of the Imperial Favor there. So let's all just pretend that's a fan on the icon there. He'll figure it out later in the round. So the Investigator goes in.
Spend $1 on a ring.
And he's going to put a Fate on the ring to trigger it.
I don't need to have 1 Fate. It's just while participating.
So you see Matthew frustrated there. He read the card, but then like a few minutes later messed up. He thought the opponent needed to have more Fate, or he needed to have more Fate or honor or something. I don't know what it was, but yeah, I'd be pretty salty too if the opponent's looking through my hand. And we see Brad is reading I Can Swim now, and yeah, if he doesn't want to have his character discarded, he might as well chuck that right now. So obviously the defender has first actions there, and that's why he just did the Investigator, triggered it right away to prevent that I Can Swim from popping off. Very smart play on Brad's side. But pressure's on here in the top 4. Obviously people are going to make mistakes. It's a brand new game, and I'm sure not everyone is experienced with all the cards. But you can see Matthew is very frustrated with himself here, making a few mistakes. So he uses the Challenger to pull in that Dishonored character. And the Mystic is popped to get rid of the Cloud the Mind off of him. Over to actions for the Crane player. So now that Muramoto Ratsugu has a text box now, which means we could have a duel. And here it is. We got a duel. Kind of exciting. I think this is the first duel I've seen ever. So basically, they're going to go to the dials, and they pick a number on the dials to add to the skill of the characters who are in the duel. And the Whisper's in there with 0 right now. The other guy's in there with a Dishonored, so he is a 2. So 2 to 0. They do the dials, they add them. And just like when they do the dials during the draw, the difference of honor switches sides. So this can be a way that can cause some trouble with the Dishonor or Honor victory conditions of the game. Not to mention whatever is in the duel. And remember, in this duel, the loser of the duel, if it has no fate on it, discards it. Otherwise, remove 1 fate from it. Yeah, if the loser has no fate, you discard that loser. Otherwise, remove 1 fate from it. So the Whisper, it has no fate. So if the attacker here who started the duel loses it, he'll just lose a fate. But the other character will be discarded, which will help here during the conflict that they're still in. And 1 versus 1. So no honor will switch sides. And it ends up being 3 to 1 in the duel. So the character there who initiated the duel wins. The other one gets discarded, which takes 3 out of the political conflict which is currently happening. So court games played, and the Doji Challenger is honored. We have a fan thrown in on the other side to give another +2. What are we at here? The Doji Challenger has a glory of 2, so that brings her up to 5. Plus the Imperial Favor, which should be on the political side, is a +1. So 6 right now on the offense for this air political that is attacking the Restoration of Balance.
6. So my 6.
And 6 on the defense right now with the attachment and both characters who are in the challenge.
I'll pass. Resolve the ring as time goes to attack.
I'm not done.
So the defender wasn't done. Matthew's trying to end the conflict early there, but Brad isn't having it. And throws another attachment out there. It is a dragon attachment. It's a a Daimo's Favor. So you can bow that attachment to reduce the next attachment you play by 1 on that character. But what I think he's trying to do is just get 2 attachments on there to be able to trigger the Castle Stronghold of the dragons to give a +2 on both skills during the conflict. Because the character has 2 attachments on it. If it only had 1, he could give a +1 to both stats, but I think he's going to do it here. We just got to wait for Matthew on the right here to decide on his actions. Well, we may have the defender win the challenge here, or the conflict, sorry. This is the longest conflict I think I've ever witnessed. This is pretty awesome. So many things have happened here, and it's still just this political error that has been initiated by the Crane player. And there we have it. The Stronghold has been dealt to give +2 on both stats for Mr. Reitsugu, the defending character there with the 2 attachments on it. So him being dishonored, having the attachment and the buff. I believe he's actually 5. 6. He's dishonored. So his political is 1. His attachment that gives him another 2. So that's 3. The investigator is another 3. So that's 6. And then we have the +2 from the stronghold. Maybe that's 8. So now we have another Scorpion event there played, calling in the favors. So he dishonors a friendly character on the Crane side there to basically steal an opponent's attachment. But he throws it on a character who's not currently in the conflict. It's just taking the math away from the other guy.
Oh, this is your money, yeah.
And Brad's just trying to make sure he paid for it there, which he did. So tied 6-6 here. Tie goes to the attacker, remember. This conflict, man, still going. I love it. I love it. And no favor on the side of the dragon player, so he doesn't really have anything else to do. So tie goes to the attacker. Matthew gets it. Triggers the ring. He will steal an honor. Or no, he's going to just take 2 honor. Looks like he just takes 2 honor. I think he's at 6 honor right now. If he's doing it in stacks of 5. And it looks like the Dragon player passed on his second conflict, or first conflict, I guess. And now we have a military void on the restoration of balance. And the character gets discarded. The province is broken. And a fate is removed from the dishonored character there. And they're going to clean it up. And the Dragon player needs to lose an honor since the dishonored character just left play. But I haven't seen that yet. And we saw the Crane player gain an honor for an honored character leaving play. He still has a dishonor token in play there on the Dragon side. Hopefully he remembers. And they put the fate on the unclaimed rings. First player token pass there. And the Imperial favor stays on the side of the Crane player, obviously. Yeah, the Dishonor token is still in play on the Dragon side. This is bugging me there. I hope he doesn't accidentally put it on the Investigator. And we see the clan champion on both sides in the provinces there. Will we see them both enter play here? Get the big boys slugging it out. So the clan champion on the Crane side, we know her. 5, 3, 6, 3 on the Glory. Reaction after you claim a ring during a political conflict to which character is participating, resolve that ring's effect. So basically gets to trigger a ring twice during political that she's participating. And on the other side, we have the 5-5, 3 Glory. Yokuni, he has the action. Choose a triggered ability printed on another character. This character gains that ability to the end of the phase, max once per round. So basically you can copy another character's triggered ability. So it looks like he corrected the dishonor token and got rid of that honor. So we're good now. And as his first action here, he is playing his clan champion. And of course he puts 2 fate on it. He wants to see him around. And we got the clan champion on the other side with 2 fate on it also.
Pass.
So the Dragon player passes first there, gets an extra fate for passing. And the Crane player also passes. And they each flip 2 on the honor dial, so no honor is going to trade. And they're going to draw 2 cards each.
Any action in the draw phase? I'll give you the perfect gift.
So we got perfect gift played, so they're each going to reveal the top 4 cards off their conflict deck.
Top 4, yeah. Can I pick which?
And the Crane player who played the perfect gift there will choose which card out of each player's 4 revealed cards to go back to the owner's hand.
Find Katana. Guidance of the Ancestors, Bonsai, Honor Blade, and Tachi Warrior. I will give you the Guidance of the Ancestors.
So Guidance of the Ancestors goes to the hand, so we know Splash of Lion is what's happening on the Dragon side for sure now. And that is the +1/+1, 1 cost attachment, and you can play this attachment from your conflict discard pile. So that's what he's given to his opponent. Let's see what he picks here. I think he took a Katana.
What'd you take?
Yeah, he took a Fine Katana.
Which one? Okay.
That's just the +2 on military, I believe, the neutral attachment.
Any more phase in the draw phase? Action in the draw phase?
So only 1 province broken right now, and that is on the Dragon side of things. Only 1 province revealed on the Crane side right now.
Pre-conflict phase.
So here we are, pre-conflict actions. They're making sure their timing windows are down here, and I like it.
Last weekend I played, Bowie told me I'm not funny, I'm just disgusting and vulgar. I said, yeah, but I am funny.
So the Fine Katana comes in on the Crane Clan champion there. On Doji Hotaru. Yes, I know, I can't pronounce these names to save my life.
Military here.
So we got Yokuni coming in on a military. 5 skill. He's going to take 2 fate off the Earth Ring. And he's going military at the rally to the cause, I believe that is. And after that's revealed, the type gets switched. Conflict type can be switched, I think.
You got first action. I'll take an action and copy your ability.
Oh yeah, sorry, the type can't be switched because the rally to the cause was already revealed, I believe.
How much are you winning by?
So very interestingly, the clan champion on the dragon side copied the challenger's ability to pull in the clan champion on the other side, which is very clever. I think that is awesome. So he does an action to steal her ability. Then it goes back to the clan player who does an action. Then it goes back to the dragon player who triggers the action that is stole to pull in the clan champion. Very clever, very clever. So now the Cranes both of his characters in play, both of his bombs there, his beast characters, they're both very powerful right now with their attachments, and one of them being honored, multiple fate. Might have to bow right now in this first conflict on the defense. But the dragon player's not giving up here. He's throwing attachments in. So 12 right now on the defense, 7 on the offense. And they corrected the Imperial favor, I believe, by now. He did want it on military for this round. At least that's what he said. And we got a Bonsai spending an honor to get double Bonsai, up another 4. So I believe 11 on the offense, 12 on the defense, if I'm mathing that correctly. This is crazy. This dragon player could win it. He might have all the tricks he needs, because he does have the stronghold to give another +2, since there is 2 attachments. But the Crane player could get rid of an attachment, possibly. I don't know if he has the cards for that, but if he does get rid of one before the stronghold's triggered, it'll only be a +1. Does he have the tricks? The Mystic is on the province, so he could charge a Mystic in and then pop the Mystic. I think that's an option. He has 2 fate left to spend, 2 fate on the dragon side also. So we got a Bonsai. He's not going to spend on honor though. And we got the stronghold knelt there to give the buff.
Okay, so you're now at 15 to 14.
So another Scorpion card played here. It's -2/-2. Fiery Madness. Poison attachment. So it's taken away 2 off of the dragon side there. And we got a charge. Wow, these 2 players, this is a crazy game. Like one conflict and they play like 13 cards here. I love it. Just so much back and forth. This is crazy. I think this is what L5R LCG is supposed to be designed to do. Maybe seems a little harder in the single core set deck building, but these players are making it happen here. I'm sure when you're building with 3 core sets, you'll have a lot more of these tricks, and these back and forths will look just like this. And to me, that sounds awesome. So 12 on the defense, it sounds like.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a wash. 10, 11, 12.
And 13 on the offense. Wow. It's crazy.
You're up by 1.
So it sounds like the attacker's winning by 1, I think.
Cards in hand. 2.
And we have a rout. Wow. I don't know if you want to do that, but because now the challenger is out of the conflict to possibly use it in a future conflict. But the province is broken. Wow. And we get a card discarded here from the Crane player, down to 1 card left in hand.
Reactions, pre-conflict actions, any?
But now the challenger is available.
My first conflict, it will be a water.
So he takes 2 fate off the water.
Star Wars Destiny players, if you have not yet registered and you have generic event tickets, you can come up to the front and jump in line now. Make sure you have a filled out deck list. It should have your name very legibly written on it. We believe we have space for most people, if not all, that want to register with generic tickets. And we will take those tickets now.
So we have a military water and rally to the cause on the other side. So he could switch to conflict type, which he just does. It switches to political. Now, if the investigator doesn't go in, he could just get pulled in anyway. But having that flip from rally to the cause is great for the investigator. And the investigator is going to go in. He has no fate to spend to an unclaimed ring, though, so the effect doesn't matter on him right now.
I will also pass. Break.
6 to 4.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, passing the win.
So no province break there. But he does get to ready his clan champion off of the ring effect. I don't know. I think the dragon player should have lost and shouldn't have gone all in on that. His conflict he did earlier. He's now let the Crane player basically come back and hit him pretty hard here.
Nope, you flipped it, but I declared military. Void political at rally.
So now he's doing a political. So they discussed that even though the rally to the cause flipped the previous ring, doesn't mean he initiated a political. He did initiate a military, so now he's initiating a political. And we get the double trigger on the void ring to remove both fate from the clan champion on the dragon side. This is not looking good for the dragon player. Another province broken. So 2 broken on the dragon side, 1 broken on the Crane side. But still fate left on the Crane's characters. One of them's honored. And the clan champion is now gone for the dragon player. He got burned there going too aggressive on that first conflict, I think. Yes, he has the Crane player down to 1 card in hand, but 2 great characters on the board. Yeah, they realize the Imperial favor there. So he does correct it. He did say he wanted on military there. So I think Matthew's just getting confused with the icons there on the Imperial favor. So he wants it on military now. But he used it for political first round. He had it. Then military in the last round, but it was on military the whole time. And now he wants it on military for sure. And the Crane player is first player now.
Well, I would like to discard the Shane now.
So a guardsman, seeker, initiate, and a favorable ground flipped on the dragon side there.
I'll go ahead and get nourishment.
And we got a courtier, favorable ground, a mystic, and he's just put in play. I think it's a Daijoji Nirishina. 2 costs, 3/1, 1 glory, a Bushi and a scout. Action, choose a face down card in one of your provinces, turn that card face up. Which we'll probably see triggered here on his next action. You put 1 fate on that guy. So the card quality on the Dragon player's provinces there doesn't seem to be the greatest. But not that crazy across the board, but yeah, so he does use the action, flips the card over, and it is a, what is that? A Doji gift giver.
Game of Thrones players, time in the round. Game of Thrones, time in the round.
So we see the Seeker put into play there. And a Mystic on the other side with a Fate on it. And the Dragon player passes and gets a Fate. And we see the Courtier put into play on the Crane side of things. So the Crane player very low in cards. Might see him go pretty high in the draw here. And he does. 5-5 though. Wow. And the Dragon player realizing that and decides to match him. And his gamble paid off. No honor switches sides, obviously. So Matthew is doing a good job of asking whether there's conflict actions or draw phase actions. So maybe earlier in the game when he tried to go back there, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he did just ask to draw actions and they both passed. And then he went to conflict, and I'm not sure. Yeah, he's been very good since then, at least, at being very clear, and I like that. Good communication leads to less frustration between players, that's for sure.
So I'm at 5, 7, 8.
So we got the Challenger coming in. 8 strength, military fire, attacking meditations on the Tau, or of the Tau.
20 minutes left in round 3. 20 minutes
On the
left
Tau.
in round 3.
So that's the one that can remove a fate from an attacker. Well, there is no fate there right now. And it looks like he's thrown... Oh, he's debating on his defenders still here. He's got a Visionary in there and the Seeker, but he's still thinking. I believe that's 4 on the defense. 8 on the offense right now, with the Honored giving the Glory bump and the attachment, the Katana giving a 2 bump, and the Imperial Favor adding a +1 in there. He needs a difference of 4 to break the province. And on the fire, obviously looking to honor or dishonor a character. Looks like the Seeker is going to be the only defender. With the first action from the defender is a Katana. So 3 on the defense. Maybe he's looking to use his Stronghold. We might see another attachment played here. So the Challenger is going to pull in the Investigator on a military, so he doesn't have to deal with the Investigator's ability going forward. It's not getting fooled by that again. And we have a +1 bump here from the Stronghold on the Dragon side. And we got a Bonsai. Double Bonsai, spending the fate. Still 6 fate to play with on the Crane side, and still 4 or 5 cards left in hand. Not looking good for the Dragon player. And he's going to pass. We get a break. 3 provinces broken now on the Dragon side. He is looking not good at all here. And of course, honor on the clan champion on the Crane side using the ring effect. And he's checking his discard pile there for seeker or keepers, sorry, to put into play. So sorry, I might have said earlier they're both keepers of fire, but obviously after seeing the Seeker initiate, I should have realized that it's Seeker of Fire on the left, Keeper of Fire on the right. They are not playing the same roles, and I'm sure you guys have already commented. Delete that comment now, okay? If you already typed it, delete it now. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I goofed up on that. Quickly looked at the role, but I was wrong. I should have looked at the background art. That's how I tried to tell here on the commentaries, because I cannot read the cards.
Sorry, I had a reaction to people to commentaries. I'm fine.
And it looks like we have a little bit of a late reaction here from Brad with the Vengeful Oathkeeper, which has a reaction after you lose a military conflict. Put this character into play from your hand. And Matthew allows it. He hasn't taken the ring yet, so I guess it's technically not over with here.
Maybe you clear the fire ring.
And there he's taking the ring. I know they bowed, gone home, and all that business, but he didn't take the ring yet. Alright, what can the Dragon player do here? Does he just pass and try to play defensively so his stronghold doesn't get smashed? I think the answer is yes, but he is going to go for a challenge here, or a conflict. Political Void. What's the province?
Strength 4, when it breaks, whoever attacked it becomes dishonored.
And it's the Art of Peace, which is the Crane province of 4 strength. Interrupt when this province is broken, dishonor each attacking character, and honor each defending character. That is crazy. So 4 political on the offense. And I think the Mystics coming in here for a defensive 1. Not enough to break. Maybe the Dragon player was hoping a little more would get put in on the defense here.
I'll do that. I get the first action, I'll pass for second.
And the Visionary has no attachments except for Monk or Tattoo. He has an action while this character is attacking. Spend 1 fate to an unclaimed ring. Choose a Monk character or a character with a Monk attachment and ready that character. So I see what he's trying to do here. He's trying to ready someone. But he can't ready the Investigator unless he has a way of throwing a Monk attachment on him.
I'll just send my guy back.
And he's going to return his guy home by popping a favorable ground. But it looks like Matthew's not going to do the same. He's going to keep his favorable ground there on his province.
Action conflicts, I will go ahead and play Political Rival. He's covert.
So Political Rival for 3 characters got Covert. So he can sneak past the character. Choose someone who can't defend. And this character gets +3 political while defending. He can't be in military, but he does have 3 on the political skill and 0 on the glory.
Not yet.
Alright, I will go ahead and make a political challenge with all my guys, declaring him as the new.
So the Visionary is just bypassed using Covert. And it looks like all in here on the... actually, 3 of them. Courtier, the Rival, and the Clan Champion there.
9 becomes honored, 12, 14.
Sounds like 14 on the Stronghold.
Ring?
The ring will be the...
Shameful display, actually, under the, is the province under the stronghold. Only 3 defense on that. During a conflict that's province, choose 2 participating characters, honor one and dishonor the other. And then we have Way of the Crane played there to just re-honor the clan champion. And that's going to be breaking that and win the game for the Crane player, Matthew. So congrats to Matthew. I think it really hinged on that clan champion on the dragon side attacking on that military and basically going too crazy on it, and basically sending the one character home, the challenger, left it open for Matthew, the Crane player, to basically come back with some juicy challenge or juicy conflicts there during that conflicts phase, and really caused the too big of a hole to dig out of for the dragon player. But yeah, thanks a lot for your support, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Hit that like button if you like these Legend of the Five Rings videos. Check out any other Legend of the Five Rings videos in the playlist on the channel. More coming up from this tournament. We got the finals coming up next, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot for watching.